going on, guys? Ben from JK Gear and Gadgets. And yesterday I put out a video talking about my transmission giving me trouble, not releasing all the way. So I actually took my pressure plate, the center force pressure plate, and I've got a press right here. I'm going to show you guys how to check it and make sure it's disengaging all the way. I already did it. In my case, my pressure plate is fine, but I'm going to show you the process of how to check it. That way, if you're ever wondering if your pressure plate isn't releasing, you can check it. It's extremely simple. You'll need to call your clutch manufacturer and get the specs of how far it needs to press before it disengages. But this is going to work with a lot of other vehicles. It's not Jeep, not just Jeep related. Any manual transmission vehicle that has a pressure plate, you'll be able to check it. So let me show you how to do it. All right, so we're going to come over to a press. 6-ton or a 12-ton hydraulic press is going to work. We're going to grab our pressure plate and put it right down here. Make sure it's nice and flat. The sections where the bolts go through, where they bolt to the flywheel, put that on the surface of the press. Center it. We're going to get some type of socket or something that mimics the outside diameter of a throwout bearing to put right there on our fingers. And we're going to line it up and jack it down just until there's pressure on the finger plates. All right, so we're going to lower it just until we get a little bit of pressure. Once we have our pressure, we are going to grab a measuring tape and measure the distance from the actual pressure plate itself, the metal pad in there, to a spot on our press. Right here, looks like it's right around 1/8 of an inch. We're going to make sure that the pressure plate itself moves up to disengage. Now, we're going to have to see how far to press these fingers down. So I called Center Force and got a number from them. They said for this clutch, you give them the part number, they'll say how much throw has to be put on the pressure plate fingers before it disengages. So in this case, it's 3/8 of an inch. So I'm going to measure from up here to the bottom, right here where it moves. And in my case, it's 12 inches and a half. So I'm going to move this down 3/8 of an inch. 1/8, 2/8, 3/8. So we've compressed the pressure plate 3/8 of an inch. We're going to come back here and check it again. And as you can tell, it moved about a 1/16 of an inch. So according to the specs from Center Force, this pressure plate is fine. Now, if you press this down 3/8 of an inch or a little more and you realize that the pressure plate didn't rise at all, that would tell you that these fingers are either weak or there's some other problem with your pressure plate and you probably have to buy a new one. But in my case, my pressure plate's good, the clutch disc looks fine, so my problem probably lies in the hydraulics. Alright guys, thanks for watching. In this case, the pressure plate's fine. Still got to go work on the Jeep, get it ready for 36 hours of UARI, but I was really hoping that the clutch would be bad. I hate to say that I hope it was the clutch, but I just really want to find something wrong so I can fix it without throwing lots of parts on it. So my next step is going to be change out the master cylinder, the hose that goes down to the slave cylinder, and then I'm going to go ahead and throw another slave cylinder in there, put this clutch back in the tranny, throw it in again, and hopefully that solves my issue. But hopefully come back with another video soon with the actual issue. For those of you that aren't subscribed to the channel, make sure to subscribe, give the video a thumbs up if you will, and check out all my other videos. Thanks guys, and until next time.